Joining me now on East Bay Today, I have some amazing student leaders. These students have won a presidential award and are heading to Washington, D.C. for the work that they've done on the AgInnovation Farm. Welcome, everybody. I have with me Anabella Barber, Aurelius Brockman, and Tatum Brennan. These are our student leaders, and many of you know Sara Churgin, who is the district manager of the Eastern Rhode Island Conservation District. Did I get that somewhat right there,
yes,
Sara?
you did.
And I know you've been playing a role on this farm as one of the professional leaders, but really, the story, I can't wait to hear from you guys. You are part of the founders of this. Let me start with Sara, though. Will you just sort of lay the groundwork? What is this award about? What is the farm about?
So the farm is a partnership between Eastern Rhode Island Conservation District and Portsmouth Middle School, Portsmouth School Department. And we started in 2019, just before COVID.
Just before COVID.
Just
to make everything really smooth, right?
And it is a student-driven, which is really important.
Yes.
It's a student-driven community farm education program where the kids learn about agriculture, and it's through hands-on learning experiences. And the reason we're here to celebrate not just these three, but all of the 68 students who are involved in the program is because they have won the PAY Award, which is the Presidential Environment Youth Award for Region 1, and which means that they have been selected because of their stewardship for the environment, and they scored the highest in Region 1. So we are so proud of them, and they are going to be going to D.C. in August to accept the awards.
That is tremendous. And is everybody going, or?
No, not everybody is going. 13 students with their parents are going to be going. But even some kids who are military families who have left the state already, they are going to be traveling to D.C. So it's an amazing award for the kids. It's an amazing award for the farm, for Margie Brennan, who is the teacher, for Portsmouth. It's
I'm
really
feeling proud as a Portsmouth resident and a mom of kids in school. That's great.
An amazing accolade.
Oh, that really is tremendous. And 68 students have been involved. Like, that number is actually incredible too, I think.
I think so, yeah. And this is only our second year, and it's Margie always laughs when I say this, but it's after school, so it's a voluntary program. So these kids are coming because they really care about learning about sustainability and farming or art, because we do STEAM. Well, not we, I'm not part of the education, but the STEAM teaching is done there.
Yeah, that is really incredible. Well, so let me turn to you. Bella, can I start with you? And just how did this all get started?
It was actually quite difficult because it started out at the end of my 7th grade year when COVID was just starting to pick up its pace, so everything was done online. And
this is the spring of 2020?
This was the spring of 2020, it was introduced to me at least around like March.
Yeah.
Like I heard about it and then it we really
So what
did
you hear? What was out there that you said, I want to get involved in that?
Well, Mrs. Brennan came into my science classroom and told my class that there was this new club that was going to be started up, and it was going to be at a farm a couple minutes away from the school, and it sounded really cool to me, so I joined. And for my 8th grade year, we worked on it for a while, online mostly, which was really interesting.
And what was the cool part about it? Like, what was the piece that you were like, oh, I can't wait to do that? Was it being outside? Was it about planting or animals? Or what was the piece that
just learning about agriculture and being outside was the best part about it, because like you're able to learn hands-on and it's all inclusive. It's great.
Oh, that sounds so great. But it was challenging, right? Because
challenging, yeah.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about that. Like, what were some of the pieces that were the hurdles that you all went through?
The start of the planning process had to happen over Google Meets or Zoom, which was it was
Painful?
It was painful.
Yes. So are we talking, we have a bunch of kids on Google Meets and
Yeah.
and then, you know, Miss Brennan and Sara here, and you're trying to organize?
Yeah, we were trying to plot out the face of the land, which was, yeah, that was hard because you couldn't actually see the land for a while. But yeah, we took a piece of paper and we made a layout, and now it's coming to life. It's amazing.
Wow, wow. So you've kind of got the layout of the land, and there's different sections for.
Yeah, there's different sections for different kinds of plants, and now we even have a chicken coop, which was in our original draft.
Yeah, oh my goodness. All right, well, listen, I think Aurelius, you've got some things to say about kind of the nuts and bolts of what is actually happening on, and do you guys call this the AgInnovation Farm? Is that kind of, am I saying that right? When you say I'm going to the farm, do you say I'm going to the farm? I'm going to the, what do you say?
Sometimes we call it the AgInnovation Farm because that's our club name.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's just casual, we'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to the farm.
I'm going to the farm. All right, all right. So Aurelius, what's happening at the farm?
Okay. So after all of that planning, pretty much never seeing the land, we went there and it was just weeds.
Oh, are you kidding me?
A field of weeds.
So you were shocked? You shocked, excited, or disappointed?
Excited at the opportunity.
See, that's the attitude that won you the presidential award. Right there, because you're like, we got this, right?
Yeah.
So it's all weeds?
Well, it was all weeds before we then, we went through it and we just, hands and knees just pulled all of the weeds out.
How long did that take?
A few days.
Oh my gosh. So I have this vision of the 68 student volunteers after school, right? On their own time, they're there on their hands and knees, basically on the farm. They're on the farm. All right, okay, so you're pulling weeds, what else?
So after we pulled the weeds, we started planting, right? And it was pretty good, right? We had multiple things growing, we had our rows, we had everything. Then summer came, right?
Yeah.
Some of us continued, helped out a little bit, but nobody was really there. All of our crops were eaten by the deer.
Oh, the wildlife got involved. They wanted to help, right? They wanted to help, but they weren't very helpful.
So
okay, all right.
So then from there, we added into our design deer fencing, which was recently just built to protect our crops.
So what's deer fencing look like? I've never heard that word.
So it's posts put into the ground, and then you just have a regular fence that goes over it.
Is it kind of like chicken wire fence or something, or?
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's a little wider.
But the idea is deer are not welcome.
Deer are not welcome.
And they know that. They've gotten the message.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And I'm sure other things are eating.
Yeah.
What are your big culprits?
Deer. What else?
Rabbits.
Rabbits, yeah. I see Tatum down there being rabbits for sure, right? Yeah, okay, all right. So you took care, you got the weeds up, you kind of got the wildlife out, and then what?
And while this was all happening, we were also setting up the, what was it called? The, greenhouse, what was the fish? High tunnel. So we were setting up the high tunnel, which is
high tunnel? What's a high tunnel?
So it's like a greenhouse, except you can lift up the walls during warmer months, so then it can it's easier to farm with it.
Oh wow, that's fabulous. So what's being grown in the high tunnel?
Nothing yet, but we're starting to put plants that we're preparing in there.
So you guys are learning a lot of stuff. I mean, right? I mean, this sounds like I haven't even heard that word. That's amazing. So, and I understand too that it's not just farming things, right? Tatum, you had a few things to say before the show about that. Tell our viewers about that.
So one of my favorite things about Ag Innovation personally is how it includes activities that everybody is interested in.
Yeah.
So it's farming, but it's not just farming. So me and a couple of kids also went and painted the shed. We started a sunflower mural and we had our name painted across the top. We had Ag Innovation across the top. And also going back to the deer fencing, going back to problem and solution, another solution we had, which we are starting this summer, is we're going to take recyclable objects and we're gonna make it into some kind of scarecrow to hopefully scare off the deers, birds, bunnies, whatever.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, we're getting started on that. And then we're also having a fishing club this summer, which I think is pretty cool because there's a body of water down the road of the farm.
Yeah.
So we have plenty of things that other people can be interested in that can relate to farming, but also not. Art just some people
Art's
can
everywhere, isn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. It makes it more colorful. It adds more life than the plants.
Yeah, and it brings a community together.
Exactly.
Right? I'm a big believer in that, and that's cool. I can see the passion in you on that. So you're kind of leading some of those projects, it sounds like.
Yeah, I do a lot of art, so it's one of my favorite things about the farm. But we also learn a lot of stuff about plants, which is hands-on, like Bella said, which is also very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's the entire STEAM curriculum, really, right?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, you guys, that is fantastic. So listen, you're going to DC. What are you most excited about that trip? Any of you?
I mean, there's a lot to be excited about. The fact that we've been able to build this thing from the ground up and now we're getting an award for it. It's great. It's like our hard work it's paid off. It's great.
Isn't that nice? And it's been so much hard work, right? So would you say?
Yeah.
This has got to be one of the biggest clubs at the middle school. Is that true? I don't know any other club that has 68 members.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are like, you're sort of founding members, so you were in on the ground, like you were there kind of day one on the Google Meets.
Yep.
All of you, right? So if you had to say, like, what's been the biggest overarching challenge?
The weeds.
The weeds, I love it, the weeds and the deer. Yeah, Tatum?
COVID was a big one, although, yeah.
COVID was a big issue.
It was.
So I bet you're looking forward to this summer. It feels a little bit safer, a little bit better, like
Oh,
more people
absolutely.
coming out.
Yeah.
Also, all our plants died this summer from last summer's, so I'm excited to see it actually grow because we started in on beds and we planted tomatoes, cucumbers, beans, sunflowers everywhere from last year, which actually survived.
Yeah,
So I'm excited to actually see it flourish.
absolutely. This is wonderful. Well, congratulations to you all. Sara, I'm going to let you have the last word here. We've got just about a minute left, so anything you want to wrap up with?
I just want to say again how proud I am of them, but how proud they should be of themselves. I mean, what they have accomplished is incredible, and that for the next month we will be fundraising to be able to send these 13 families to DC. So we'll be out there with flyers. We've done, there are lots of social media posts. We're doing press releases. So
And there's a website we need to go to if we want more information, right?
yes, so the easternriconservation.org.
Thank you for saying that.
And it will say on the banner right at the top, send our students to DC.
Wow. Again, so impressed with all of you. Congratulations. And, you know, again, I am also very proud as a Portsmouth resident that you guys have won this award. It's really, truly amazing. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Conley.
Yeah.